Okay. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let me say that again. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let me say that one more time. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. The World Health Organization, and I quoted that in my book, Numerovator for Mental Stability. The World Health Organization said, and I quote, it says that there is no health without mental health. Let me say that again. There is no health without mental health. And I got to quote one of the people from my foreword. Her name is Natasha Dezzoni. And she said in my book, she wrote the foreword for my book, Numerovator for Mental Stability. Big up to Natasha. Natasha is a licensed social worker and mental health practitioner and a PhD candidate. And she wrote in one of my foreword, because her, and I believe she did the foreword for my book. And if you want to contact her via IG, you can go to Holistic LP. That's holistic spelled with an 8W, Holistic LP. You know, it's very important, because what I'm realizing after writing a book like this in 2020 and having to try to keep things motivating and numerovating in some higher level. You know, Natasha wrote, everyone has mental health, just like everyone has physical health. According to the World Health Organization, they call it the WHO, that's the acronym WHO for the World Health Organization. Mental health is defined as our emotions, our thoughts, and feelings, our ability to solve problems and overcome difficulties, our social connections, and our understanding of the world around us. That is what the World Health Organization said in a quote that she just repeated from the World Health, from this PhD candidate. Again, according to the World Health Organization, and I want y'all to share this with people that might be going through it mentally and physically. Why I say mentally and physically? Because there is no health without mental health. There is no health, according to reputable organizations like the World Health Organization. And I want to repeat the quote again. According to the World Health Organization, mental health is defined as our emotions, our thoughts, and feelings, our ability to solve problems and overcome difficulties, our social connections, and our understanding of the world around us. And she goes on to say, in my experience, this is Natasha, in my experience, mental health imbalances stems from years of historical trauma and traumas in childhood. So the topic today is everyone. I didn't say one person. I didn't say two people. I didn't say that person. I didn't say just this person. Everyone. That's why I capitalized it. Everyone in their right mind. Right mind. That means if you're cognizant of what's going on in your life and you're in your right mind, everyone in their right mind should get some kind of therapy in this society. I don't care if you do it for one day. I don't care if you do it for 1 hour. I don't care if you do it for 2 hours. I don't care if you do it for 2 years. I don't care if you have to do it for the rest of your life. in a society that is ruled by or connected heavily to the number 4. I'm talking about America, because remember, they based a lot of things around the 4. And I talk about that in my book right here in Numerovation for Mental Stability. And you know that 4 is one of the major mental health numbers. Think about the patterns of the United States. And here's a few of the patterns of the United States. United States began with 13 colonies. It's in my book on the 23rd page. The first flag had 13 stars and stripes. There were 13 signers of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was signed on at 1300 Locust Street in Philadelphia. So that 1 plus 3 equals 4. So understand 4 has an affinity with America. And it's important that you recognize also there's a few other patterns that you might see in the U.S. history with the number 4. U.S. presidents are elected every 4 years. The original swearing in date of the United States president was on the 4th of March. Congress elects its members every 4 years. And the deadline for tax returns is the 4th month. Pay attention to that number 4. Pay attention to that number 4. Very interesting about that number 4. And 4 in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, is one of the major mental health. So United States of America could be like an Arkham. If you ever watched the movie Batman, which is ironic that one of the, to me, one of the best Batmans was Christian Bale, who was born under the sign of Aquarius, born on the January 30th, and that alignment number 1 plus 3, 30 equals that 31, which is a 4. One of the best Batmans, which was to me one of the best Batmans in history. And this new Batman, I believe he's born either March 4th or May 4th. I might be mistaken, but the new Batman that came out, the guy that played the real white guy that played in Twilight, I believe he's either born May 4th or March 4th, if I'm not mistaken. But that number 4, in order for you to play people like Batman or the Joker, Heath Ledger, without a shadow of a doubt, was one of the best Jokers. And I believe he's born April 4th or June 4th. I can't remember, but I know he's born connected to one of the mental health numbers. Crazy. It's crazy. Again, that means America or this society can be similar to Arkham, the mental facility in Gotham City. And America is Gotham City in a larger way. So why I say everyone in their right mind should get some type of therapy. I don't care if it's physical therapy. I don't care if it's mental therapy. I don't care if it's hypnosis or hypnosis and hypnotic therapy, if there's such a thing. Whatever therapy that can help you, laugh therapy. I don't care what it is, because you got people on here that does laugh therapy. You got my friend Melanin B that does laugh therapy. Whatever therapy that you need to get you through what's going on in different time zones and different cycles of life, because we're coming out of a 2023 Gregorian era, which everybody's believing in, which adds up to the number 7, which is also one of my mental health numbers. And we're going into a number 8, which is also in my book, one of the mental health numbers. That means in this cycle, you got to maintain some form of balance, some type of mental discipline. And you got to use outside and inside things to bring that balance and that numerovational guide of mental stability, find some mental stability, either whether you're using numerology or whether you're using astrology, but whether you're using any spiritual system, whether you like to cook, whether you like to DJ, whatever brings you any form of therapy, massage every week or Pilates or yoga, anything. And in my book, I talk about different types of therapy. In the back of my book, Numerovator for Mental Stability, I talk about exercise therapy. I talk about yoga therapy. I talk about sexual therapy. I talk about acupuncture therapy. I speak about massage therapy, Reiki. I speak about breathing therapy, magnet therapy, sound therapy, sun gazing therapy. I speak about color therapy because sometimes you got to use all of it. I speak about crystal therapy, birthstone therapy, aromatherapy, again, different therapies, different therapeutic methods. If you're not going to use your Christian church or your Hebrew church or your Hebrew temple or your Muslim temple, even them in those communities needs therapy. You don't know how many people in Islam and under the Judaism and Hebrews and Christian that needs therapy, mentally ill. And some of them don't, Jewish people might have their institute for mental health. Christian people might have their institute for mental health. Muslims may have. I don't see it enough. I only see in this society, we see more Christian and Jewish people. But the spiritual community out there needs to do all of the different therapeutic things to keep their self-balanced, whether it's through spiritual bath and whether it's through healing sound bowls, whatever it takes. Everyone. I didn't say just one person. I didn't say just your mama, just your daddy, just you. Everyone in their right mind should get some kind of therapy I don't care how limited it is the time, especially in a society like this that is connected to the Arkham institution, because this society can drive some of us crazy if we're not careful. Let me say it again. This society can drive someone crazy if we're not careful with what we intake mentally, physically, spiritually. You gotta be a little bit more aware. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm not going to get into the deep. I'm not in my, you don't see my chalkboard behind me because I'm at one of my relatives' house, one of my family members' house. So you don't see the chalkboard where I can start breaking down the numbers and I'll show you how Arkham and what America is. Like I just said in my book, we talk about all the numbers, the mental health numbers in this book that I've seen and I've recognized after studying patterns, cycles, and sequences. And noticing the repeatable numbers that keep on showing up, observing the repeatable numbers and measuring it through time. Remember, I started recognizing and being alert about numbers since I was 14 years of age, really taking hardcore look. But it was from 1989, 1990 when I really started to propel and delve deep into understanding the patterns, cycles. And so this, although this book is not a thick ass book, it goes directly to the point. And I don't hold back. I'm not cussing up a storm in here, but I don't hold back. I go directly to what we need to do and how we need to do. I give a little homework in here because even the word America, I break down that number in the Pythagorean. It adds up to a number 5, which is one of the mental health nerve numbers, nervous breakdown and all that. And America can cause, what's going on in America can cause nervous breakdown with certain people if they're not careful. And again, in the Chaldean system, the name America adds up to the number 17, which is an 8. Again, the two mental health numbers. The U.S.U.S.A of A adds up to a number 5, which is one of the mental health numbers. In the Pythagorean system, the UK United Kingdom, UK adds up to a number, the U.K, because one thing certain numerologists and myself do, we look at the abbreviations of the place that you're constantly calling it by. And the UK adds up to a number 5 in the Pythagorean, and UK adds up to a number 8 in the Chaldean. I talk about it in my book. And United Kingdom adds up to a number to 65, which is 11, which is a 2, which is an emotional number, but it's a number of 11 is the number of deception. The 6 is the number of balance. 65, it adds up 65, 6 and 5. So you got 6, which is the number of balance, but also the number of imbalance on the negative, and 5 is the number of nervous breakdown and insomnia. Talking about the United Kingdom, and in the Chaldean system, the words United Kingdom adds up to the number 51, which is the number 5 and 1, and which equals the number 6, which deals with balance and harmony on one side, but an imbalance on the other side, and unharmonized in the other side, because there's duality in everything. I got the words ADHD. I didn't even do attention deficit hyperactive disorder, hyperactivity disorder. I just did what is commonly said, ADHD, and that adds up to a number 8 in the Pythagorean, which is one of the mental health numbers. And it adds up to a number 5 in the Chaldean system, which is one of the mental health numbers. I can't make this stuff up. Not when I'm doing the numbers and doing the mathematics to it. Oh no, I can't make it up at all. Not when I'm seeing it in my face. That's why I wrote some of the basic abbreviations and some of the basic names for certain parts of the world, so you can see it for yourself, that you're going to keep on seeing certain numbers popping up. That's related to mental health if you don't bring the balance. And it's not that, remember the numerology, the numbers are objective. They're not subjecting that particular place to be a mental insane asylum. It's saying that they have to find balance. America has to find some type of balance. And if the people that's running America, that came here on the ships and started running this place and taking over, if they were not sane from out of England or the UK, and if I did England, I can show you that, boom, England also have a lot of mental health and energy around it. So, like I showed you with the United Kingdom and the UK. So, again, the title, once again, is for all those who are serious about what they need to do with their health. Everyone in their right mind should get some kind of therapy in this society. I hope you take that to heart, what I'm saying. I just wanted to come on for a brief moment. I don't know if this, Instagram been messing up lately, so I don't know if this is going to stay up or not. 1 minute I could post, 1 minute I can't. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. I know I'm just keeping my mind right. I have done some hypnotism, and that was very helpful. I listened to a lot of motivational healing and doing a lot. I'm about to do some acupuncture while I'm out here, and some Reiki healing while I'm out here from Dr. MJ, who you've seen on Brother Rich's show, or you've seen on, I'm doing what I have to do to maintain mental balance, because like the World Health Organization said, and I read it out of my book, there is no health without mental health. On that note, family, thank you all the time for tuning in. Those that tune in at whatever given time you tune in, and if you respect what I do, hey, buy the book, donate, whatever you got to do. That's why I got the subtitles on the bottom: a numerovational guide to recognizing mental instability and staying motivated. Of course, as I got in the book, I tell people all the time, boom, legal disclaimer. The author disclaim any liability caused by the direct or indirect use or misuse of the information in this book. The content is not meant to take the place of any form of accredited, licensed medical professional or mental health practitioner, and is not meant to replace the need for independent medical, financial, legal, or other professional advice or service, as may be required. The content and information in this book have been provided for educational and edutainment purposes only. I made sure I preferenced that. Educational and edutainment purposes only. Edutainment. I didn't say entertainment. I said educating while entertainment. That's the word that KRS-One came up with. I hope he coined that and put it in the dictionary. Big up to him. Purposes only. So I got a disclaimer in this book for a reason. And then in the back of the book, I give you websites to all the different people you can deal with. I give you recommended reading. Queen Afua's website is in this book. Denise Muhammad, the aromatherapist, is in this book. Master Yao, the tantric healer, is in this book. Of course, Lloyd Strayhorn is in this book from the astronumerology perspective. The Meta Center is in the book. Sundial is in the book. Heal Atlanta is in the book. Malik Ali is in the book. Samori Herbs is in the book. Pedalwise is in the book. Supernova's website, Super Mega Foods, is in the book. Holistic Heights is in the book. Greenleaf Herbals is in the book. Herbs is in the books. Of course, KT's website is in the book. Ma'a's website is. Dr. Africa's website is in the book. And suicide prevention lifeline.org is in the book with the number 1-800 number. Oh yeah, I try to make sure I'm at least thorough to a certain degree where you can at least access. If you don't want to do the medical way, you can go down the holistic way of guiding yourself and all that kind of stuff in my books. I try to at least provide extra information so y'all can guide yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm not your leader. I'm just a brother that's sharing information from my cross references and studies and observation and watching the repetitiveness and the measuring of time about what's going on in this world and what I went through from personal and what my family has gone through. And I also mentioned a few celebrities in the book to show you what they go through and what are the numbers that is attracting them to some type of mind thing that they have to do to protect their mind also. So on that note, family, I'm going to get ready to get on out of here. Remember, go to my Linktree/Kingsimonthenumerovator. Join me on YouTube. Join me on other platforms as much as you can. All my links is on my Linktree/Kingsimonthenumerovator. And my YouTube channels and my Facebook content and channels. And of course, y'all be safe. Y'all be great. Keep your mind at a higher level and do not lose your mind because of what they're putting out there. Maintain balance of your mind. Because even this, what I do, is helping me to maintain my balance. So whatever I do, I'm trying to employ it and to share it with you so you can maintain your balance. And that's why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've written what I've written. That's why I share what I have to share. And don't be afraid to keep your mind and your thoughts at a higher frequency, no matter what they put out there. When they go low, you go high. When they go low, you go high, and keep it intentionally high and keep on rising to the top of your greatness because you are great. And I'm just a reflection of you. Greatness in the name King Simon. And you are the great one in your own name and your own frequency. All right. So have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be strong, be focused, and be your best numerovational self. Take care. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktr.ee/King Simon, the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful, when in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, motivation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%. Or prosperous righteous teachers. You gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the class